Kia ora from New Zealand, everyone. I'm Donnalouise, and welcome to my YouTube channel for the love of puzzles. I have my sign done. My hubby made me this sign that's behind me, and for those of you who guessed, they are the pieces from the Enjoy Jigsaw puzzle. They're just so colorful and bright. I love the sign, so thank you to my hubby, Kelly, for making that for me. I have had a big week, big weekend, because I participated in the New Zealand Masters Games. The Masters Games are geared towards a more adult competitor, and they have a category that they call Jigsaw Racing, which the rest of the world we know as speed puzzling. It's the exact same thing. Now, I just want to say that the 2 days before the event, the team's event was Monday, the individual event was Tuesday. For the Saturday, Sunday, that was so much fun. Oh, we had a blast. We went to the Games Hub. We puzzled, we sped puzzled, we puzzled for fun. At one point we had like 6 or 8 people doing a puzzle. So many people came up to talk to us and chat, and that was lots of fun. So we had 2 great days of just puzzling and meeting everyone, which was loads of fun. I also have to say that the volunteers were amazing. Thank you so much to them, because the temperatures on the Monday were like 29, 30 degrees Celsius. The Tuesday was a bit cooler at like 26 degrees or so. They brought in extra fans. They stayed with us the entire time. They encouraged us. They motivated us. The volunteers were amazing. So I want to thank them so much for everything they did over those 2 days. And for everyone that just came out and gave it a go, whether teams or individuals, you are all superstars in my books. Just trying it was amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much to everyone that came up to talk to me. We chatted. I loved meeting you all. After the team event, we went to the jigsaw puzzle display at Wood Solutions. I think we ended up being like 14 people there. Thank you so much to everyone that popped by. And I like to say, oh, I met so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so, but if I start naming people, I know I'm gonna forget one person, and then I'll feel really, really bad. But you know who you are. You're all amazing. Thank you so much for coming to the Masters Games. I really appreciate you all giving it a go. So let's get on to the competition. The Monday was the team event, and I had a team called the Dunedin Dissectologists with Alison, Valmai and Wendy. And yes, you will now see that Alison is on camera. She said it's okay to show her. So everyone, please welcome Alison. She's a real person and not just arms that move in my videos assembling jigsaw puzzles. And there were 21 teams in total. We were given 4 hours to complete a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle. Now, the puzzles were donated by the Otago Daily Times, which is the local newspaper. They were made by the Hodgson brand, which is a New Zealand brand of jigsaw puzzles. Now, that's the same brand that we did the train station during that practice video. So some things to note about the Hodgson cut: it is a looser cut. And at least for the 2 puzzles we did, I noticed they only had 4 variety of piece shapes. They did not have the no prong piece or the 4 prong piece. So that's a bit trickier when you're taking away 2 piece cuts from the general 6 piece cuts that we know. We had done a Hodgson kind of practice fun the day before. And for a Hodgson puzzle, if it's a busy enough puzzle with a lot going on, it works great. But Hodgson cut is not the best when it comes to solid color areas or repeat patterns or very similar things. They're very difficult. As you saw in that train station, we had the most difficult time with that little bit of blue sky and the grass, so they can be tricky. I don't do a lot of Hodgson jigsaw puzzles, but I know they're readily available in New Zealand and they're inexpensive. So you kind of forgive those things because you can afford them and you can buy a lot of them. But I think a lot of people maybe pick and choose which puzzles they get to make it an image that's enjoyable. So I'm just going to start by saying that a beautiful photograph, I think we can all agree, doesn't necessarily make a good jigsaw puzzle. And if it's not a good, enjoyable jigsaw puzzle, it most likely will not be the best speed puzzle. So this is the jigsaw puzzle that we had. This is the jigsaw puzzle that we were given for teams. It's an image of the Cardrona Hotel, which is in the Otago area. That's the area in which Dunedin is located. So a couple of things to begin with. It's 1,000 pieces. Like I said, the brand is Hodgson that made the jigsaw puzzle for the Otago Daily Times. There's a chimney and a light post in this picture, but you wouldn't know because it's covered by all this. And I know a lot of people don't look at the box, don't need the box, but you know me, I like the box. On the back, there are 4 small images of the entire puzzles in this series, and you can see, you know, what is all covered by the marking on the front of the box. It's quite a bit. So our strategy was we did a full sort, border, building, trees, white, darker trees to lighter trees, and we just did the best we could. Alison and I worked on the whole building area. To tell you the truth, I'm almost going to have to, I wanted to play the replay while I'm talking here. I know Valmai and Wendy, I think they started a lot on the trees. I know Wendy then worked on the snow. We eventually got the bottom part all done, and we were all working on the trees and the sky together. And there are quite a few solid white pieces. There's a lot of trees that just look the same, and we did encounter like problems with false fits quite a bit. I think one of the words we repeated to each other was, does that go there? Do you think that goes there? Can someone have a look and tell me if that goes there? And at one point, it's covered under here, but Alison was looking for a chunk of 4 tree pieces. Could not find it. And we were really getting down, you know, to the end. And there were a chunk of 4 tree pieces over here. And eventually, luckily, she realized, even though I swear they fit and they look like they belong, she just took them out and they put them over there, and we found other pieces to go there. So that actually took quite a bit of time. We knew to raise our hand when we got close to the end, and Valmai said, when we had just the white pieces left, she said, I think we only have about 20 pieces left, but I don't think we need to raise our hand right yet. And no, it took a long time. So up until this point, you know, we had been able to do a 1,000-piece puzzle between an hour and a half. If it was a difficult puzzle, you know, maybe up to 2.5 hours, like the train station, like that alpine scenery with the lupins. That one was faster than the train station. Now let me get my iPad out. In the end, it took us to complete this jigsaw puzzle 2 hours, 41 minutes, and 21 seconds, which did give us the gold medal. This was a hard-fought battle. This was, oh my goodness, that was insane. So yeah, it took us 2 hours, 41 minutes. I'll just open the box top here. I still have all the pieces loose. 2 hours, 41 minutes, and 21 seconds. Now close behind us, very close behind us, 2 hours, 44 minutes, and 12 seconds was a team from Port Chalmers, which is local here to Dunedin. They're called Team Tabulous. They took the silver. And then my friends Mona-Lynn and Frey with Adele and Nicolai, they came in third, the Interlockers, at 2 hours, 56 minutes, and 43 seconds. Wow. I mean, and they're all people that speed puzzle. We spoke to the team from Port Chalmers, and they like to speed puzzle. I think they do a lot of wasgij. I'm like, ooh, good on you, because that's beyond me. 6 teams out of the 21 that registered finished the jigsaw puzzle. And the times were like 3:33, 3:39, 3:47. Very close, the 4, 5, and 6 place teams. Now, I had contacted the organizers and offered my advice and my help on how a speed puzzling competition is run. I do hope that next time they'll take me up on that offer. When we were done, our teams, and there was still plenty of time left, I did go talk to the organizer because I wanted to talk about counting pieces. During the announcements, I had told them, you know, usually you get people to raise their hand and, oh, the missing piece rule, what's your missing piece rule? And they didn't know about, you know, there could be missing pieces. I said, yeah, and I told them to go by the world rule, which would be 10 seconds per missing piece. Unless there's 2 or more connected pieces, then it's a manufacturing error. So she did announce that, and she said, don't worry, if you have missing pieces at the end, we'll deal with it. But I forgot to mention about counting pieces. So when I was done with the teams and there was still plenty of time, I went to talk to them and I said, oh, you know, count pieces, maybe just tell people when the time's up not to touch the puzzle, and then we can quickly instruct everyone how to make the piles of 10 and or more pieces, connected count. No. If you did not finish the jigsaw puzzle in 4 hours, you did not finish. And I completely disagree with that. I'm not going to hold that back. And I am completely disheartened and just saddened that the remaining teams all are listed as a do not finish because they made the effort, they came. This is a difficult jigsaw puzzle. Now, if I'm thinking of worlds, what we all know as Orange Hell, I was supposed to look up the name of that jigsaw puzzle. Is it called A Day in Paris? I don't think it was as difficult as A Day in Paris, but very close. But still, A Day in Paris and this one, these are expert level kind of speed puzzling puzzles. These are very difficult. A Day in Paris had a better piece cut than this one, though. So I'm on the fence. I don't know. But I do think the least we could have done for everybody that came out and gave it a go was give them a ranking based on the number of pieces. Now, they did say that people could stay and continue to puzzle and finish their jigsaw puzzle, but it had already been 4 hours in 29 degrees Celsius heat, and people were just exhausted and tired and hot, and I don't blame them. One team did stay and finish their puzzle because they were so close. It took them just an extra 6 minutes and 23 seconds. And they did actually list them in 7th place. So in a way, I feel like, we shouldn't fault the other teams for not being able to stay and finish their puzzle. I think everyone could have stopped. We counted the pieces, ranked everyone, and then if you wanted to stay and could stay, you could stay and finish your puzzle. So I think all these teams are superstars, whether they finish the jigsaw puzzle or not. So in 4th place, it was the Showstoppers with 3:33:49 seconds. In 5th place was We Come in Pieces, some good names here, with 3 hours, 39 minutes, and 32 seconds. Then 6th place was Down to Puzzle, 3 hours, 47 minutes, 14 seconds. The Wellsouth Puzzlers were the ones that needed the extra 6 minutes and 23 seconds. They most likely would have came in 7th if we counted by pieces, because I don't think there were any other team as close as them. But let me just give a shout out to the other teams that rocked it on the day. Bird and Chook, Chatto Creek, Getting Jiggy with It, Jigsaw Junkies, The Blue Army, Puzzled Chicks, Slow and Steady to Whatu Ora Southern, Team Snacks, The Jigsaw is Up, The Missing Piece, The Puzzled Puzzlers, Tres Amigos, and Weaver Incorporated. Thank you so much for coming out. It was a very difficult jigsaw puzzle. You should all be proud of your efforts. I am super amazed with our team. I don't know how we did it. Those last few white pieces just simply wouldn't go in anywhere. Everyone was a star. Everyone contributed. It was exhausting. I was exhausted. There's a photo. If I have it, I'll put it up. And I just look exhausted. It was a well-fought battle. Team Tabulous, 2nd place, amazing. And then Mona-Lynn and Frey and the gang, the Interlockers, 3rd place, just a well-fought battle. It was very close. And I would like to see some minor changes, like counting the pieces, and perhaps this was too difficult of a puzzle for such an event, for so many people having their first introduction to speed puzzling. So the next day was the individual event. Again, the volunteers were amazing, and everybody who came out to attempt this was a superstar, seriously. And we had an idea that it would be one of the 3 other jigsaw puzzles depicted on the back of this box, because the Otago Daily Times did donate the puzzles as well. There was one with a train and one with a plane, and we thought, oh, please be one of those, because at least those had like several pockets of little areas to work on and to sort. And none of us wanted the horses, because there was a dark building, dark horses, some ground, grass, and pavement, and then what looked to be a very large area of sky. And after doing this one and knowing about the false fits and the limited piece cuts, I did not want to do a large area of sky. But sure enough, we got the horses. I had wanted to be within half an hour of Alison's time. Opening this box, first of all, the cover is over here. What it's covering is mostly a little tree, and it's all sky. There is a bit of blue and maybe a bit of peach. We are debating the shades that appeared in the sky. I will admit, again, the volunteers were amazing. They heard that we were not pleased that a lot of the image was covered on the box, so they actually printed off an image of the puzzle without this there, but it didn't replicate the colors very well. It showed way too much blue, and all the colors, everything was a lot darker. It helped, but it wasn't true to the colors. And you will see my photo of this finished jigsaw puzzle in the best lighting I could get in the venue. Now, I understand the venue, you know, you can't always have the best lighting, but I'm just gonna say right here, right now, this is the most difficult jigsaw puzzle I've seen in any individual competition. When I had reached out to them, I told them 1,000 pieces was a lot. It's too much, it's too daunting. I wanted them to go down to a 500 piece. Even this would have been much more manageable as a 500 piece. I did the math and I counted the pieces. The total number of pieces that had something on them apart from white sky, so the total non-white pieces was 724. Meaning there were 284 sky pieces. Yes, there's some shade of blue on some and some shade of peach, although Alison still says she doesn't see the peach that I see, so, you know. So it was just over 28% of the jigsaw puzzle pieces were in the sky. I had wanted to be within half an hour total of Alison's time. Thankfully, well, one, I forgot to start my own timer, but thankfully there was a volunteer near me when I finished all the non-sky pieces, and I asked them what time it was. So I knew I was around the 3-hour, 5-minute mark. Looking back at the footage, I'm at 3 hours and 2 minutes. Alison thinks at around the 2-hour 55 mark, she finished everything but sky. And so I am taking that as having achieved my goal. I was less than 10 minutes away from Alison finishing the main part of the jigsaw puzzle. And I'm really, 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 really proud of that. Knowing from the start that this was the jigsaw puzzle, that there was this much sky, that they would not count pieces at the end, it was deflating. And with every passing half an hour after I finished the main part of the jigsaw puzzle, I just crashed further and further and further. I just was exhausted. I think everyone at the end was exhausted, sweating. I'm gonna jump forward on the time lapse because at points I have my top tied up in a knot under my boobs because I'm so hot. I have Alison's ice pack down the back of my pants to try to keep cool. You got to realize there's no stopping the clock. You want to eat, you got to eat, the clock's still going. You want to go to the bathroom, the clock's still going. We were given 9 hours to complete this jigsaw puzzle. Have you sat on, you know, for that long, nonstop puzzling, but at a certain point, all you have left is a solid color white puzzle? It's too much. It's too much. And so everyone did amazing. Everyone. And I will admit, while I was doing the sky, a lot of people left. And I don't want to say they left early because leaving after puzzling for 6 hours is not early if you ask me. But it was more important to me to talk to them and pump up their spirits than it was to try to get another white piece in. And so I'm really saddened by since then, some of the comments I heard there and I've received, and I've really tried to boost people's spirits and morale. No one failed, okay? No one should be embarrassed. You all did amazing, okay? You all did amazing. This puzzle is the most difficult puzzle I've seen for an individual competition, and I'm saying right here, right now, it is more difficult than Orange Hell that day in Paris. Hands down. This would have been a better individual puzzle, still terribly difficult. But then again, if this was teams, how does a team approach having like pieces all the same color? Do you just walk a piece all around the board? This would have been, even for teams, it was a very, very difficult puzzle. Now, yes, if you were able to finish the puzzle, oh my God, amazing. But even if you didn't finish the puzzle, amazing. So in third place, I have my notes here. In third place, I hope I'm saying her name correctly, is Licia. She was on Team Tabulous that came in second, silver for this one. She finished the jigsaw puzzle in 5 hours, 15 minutes. Amazing. Mona-Lynn from the Auckland team, the Interlockers, came in second, 4 hours, 52 minutes, and 33 seconds. Mona-Lynn, I didn't get a chance to talk to her a lot, but she did kind of try to grab those blues and the whites, and she didn't do a lot of piece-shape sorting right away. I think she did it more towards the end. And then our superstar girl, Alison, came in first. I don't know how she did it. 4 hours, 37 minutes, and 40 seconds. What a beast. Now, just to show you how difficult this jigsaw puzzle is, Alison has knocked out a 1,000-piece puzzle in under 2 hours. I think she averages probably around 2.5 now, you know? And so this puzzle being literally 2 hours longer than her average time shows you how difficult it was. And she said, when she got to the point that it was only sky left, she's like, what do I do? What do I do? Like, it was so overwhelming. Now, I am so proud. I came in 6th, and I will take it. Like, absolutely. 4th place was Annette, 5 hours, 52 minutes, and 59 seconds. I'm reading these all out to you all. 5th place was Heather, 6 hours, 49 minutes. And I came in 6th at 7 hours, 10 minutes, and 56 seconds, which means at 3 hours and 2 minutes, I had everything done but sky. It took me another 4 hours and 8 minutes to do those sky pieces. 4 hours and 8 minutes to do 284 pieces. 1 minute, boom, 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 I get like 4 or 5 pieces in a row, and then it felt like 20 minutes went by and nothing. I just couldn't see it. I'll put the other times on there. Adele 7th, Frederick Frey 8th, Margaret 9th, Julia 10th, Valmai 11th. Valmai stuck it out. I mean, can you believe it? They're puzzling. After 8 hours and 21 minutes and 44 seconds, you're exhausted. Liz and her mom Sharon came, and Liz stayed it out. So 12 people out of, I thought at first there were 22 entries, but one person's name is repeated twice. So there's actually just 21 individual entries, not 22, 21. And 12 people finished in time. But everyone else, you were just as amazing, just as amazing. Now, when it got down to it, I think the volunteers realized this was extreme. This was so much. So at the 8.5 hour mark, Charlotte was there, and she was like, what am I going to do if I've stayed for 9 hours and I didn't finish this puzzle? And without missing a beat, I said, we are counting your pieces. And the volunteer said, yes, we will count your pieces. And so for Charlotte, she was simply missing 70 pieces. 70 pieces. But knowing how much effort she put in, like, it was only 70 pieces, girl, and they were all white. You did great. And so I wish we could have counted the pieces for everyone else. Everyone else deserved a piece count, because my friend Tony, at the 7.5 hour mark, she's like, I was exhausted. My eye was twitching. She goes, I couldn't continue. But she did, I know she did 820 pieces. She counted her pieces. And we could have counted everybody else's pieces because they all rocked it. So a shout out to Sharon, Nickley, Lindley, Ingrid, Jordana, Anna, Kim, and Tony. Actually, Tony didn't do the puzzle. She gave up her spot to Wendy. So Wendy did the puzzle instead of Tony. All of you, and Tony, I don't blame you for giving up your spot. I think some people, honestly, I didn't want to do it. Honestly, after I finished the main part, I wanted to stop and be like, okay, I'm done. It was not a speed puzzling puzzle. Definitely not for individuals. Definitely not for people if this is their introduction to speed puzzling. So all of you did amazing. All of you did amazing. It could be an amazing event if they made just a few little minor changes. One, 500 pieces for individuals. I like the teams to stay at 1,000 pieces. That's fine. I don't mind a difficult puzzle. I had lupins, but at least with lupins, I knew I got to count my pieces and I got my rank. I'm not just listed as a did not finish. Count the pieces, rank everyone. No, it's not a finish, did not finish. This event, you can finish 3/4 of a jigsaw puzzle, and you should be acknowledged for doing 3/4 of the jigsaw puzzle. Simple, just those minor little changes, and it would be so much better. People left in tears, deflated, upset, and I personally feel bad because I promoted so much this event. I did a lot of media for this event, and I wanted them to leave happy and excited, but they didn't, and I've gotten several messages since, and I'm trying to pump everyone up and motivate everyone. We now have the New Zealand Jigsaw Puzzle Association, and I know they're going to put some online events on and some in-person events on, and they've been to speed puzzling competitions. You know, that's Adele, that's Mona-Lynn, that's Frey, that's Nickley. They know, so it'll be different. I don't know any speed puzzling competition that doesn't count the pieces. Is it just me? But I thought it was a standard rule for speed puzzling. You count the pieces and you rank everyone. I had the best time puzzling with everyone Saturday or Sunday. The best time meeting everyone that came. Thank you so much. All the teams, all the individuals, you did great. These are next level difficult jigsaw puzzles. Alison and I might do this one as a pair. I don't know why, no. Maybe we would do everything up to the dark, but I just, yeah. I don't know how to speed run a solid color image. Alison's a beast, Mona-Lynn, everyone, Licia, the top 3. They were just amazing. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they could visualize the pieces. I do think everyone, with every kind of passing half hour, I think everybody's energy just, boom, boom. It would have been better to give us 4 hours even if no one finished the puzzle and then we count pieces. Or if they give, that would have been a lot better. Extending the time, because last year in Whanganui, I think it was 7 hours they gave to do the jigsaw puzzle, and a few people didn't have enough time to finish it. So I think this year they thought, we'll add 2 hours to give more time, but I had recommended that they lowered the piece count to 500 and they didn't do that. And maybe they thought that adding the 2 hours would give enough time for everyone to finish the jigsaw puzzle, but it's very jigsaw puzzle dependent, and this is next level. So, I mean, I could show you, pieces, and depending on the lighting, like when I got this home under different lighting, maybe I saw more blue, but I don't see the peach color that I thought I was seeing at the competition. I was probably seeing colors, seriously. But yeah, so I came in 6, 3 hours and 2 minutes to do 724 pieces, and then another 4 hours and 8 minutes to do 284 pieces. Insane, absolutely insane. Everyone did amazing. I'm so proud of our team. All the teams did amazing. All the individuals did amazing. What was interesting, there was one person from each team that placed in the individuals. I do think that if you were to look at the people there who were speed puzzlers, the true speed puzzlers that do it a lot, I mean practice a lot, were at the top. Now, this is one interesting fact, because Wendy had stopped puzzling after a while. It was just too much. And I think she walked around and had a look. And she said it was quite close between 4 or 5 people or so with all the dark black. Mona-Lynn, myself, Licia, Alison, maybe someone else, that we had very much finished all that dark very close to one another. In fact, when I finished the dark, there was a volunteer that walked by. That's why I was able to ask my time. And they said, "Oh, you're doing really well. You're doing really well." And I actually gave myself a pep talk at that point. And I thought, you know what? If I could finish the sky in another 2 hours, I thought I was being realistic. You know, I thought if I could finish the sky in another 2 hours, that'd be awesome. And it took me another 4 hours. So, whew. But like I said, I just was fading and I chatted with some people. It was more important to me to chat with people as they were leaving than to try to get, you know, another white piece in. So fur, lots of sky. Just what I love. But I do think if they would have had a more typical speed puzzle image or a piece count, it would have been like such a close race. It would have been exciting. It would have been like, whoa, 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 whoa. It would have been really, really exciting. So I hope things change for the next time. Next year we'll be up in Whanganui. I don't know who's organized it. That Whanganui image, for example, our team practiced it and we did it, what was it, in 58 minutes? As opposed to 2 hours and 41. Even that image was really good for individuals. Not everyone can finish a 1,000-piece puzzle in a sitting. That is fine. But count their pieces and acknowledge their effort. I don't know, in Dunedin, it'll be here again in 2 years' time. So in 2026, I don't know if they'll organize it in-house again. I don't know if they'll reach back out and ask for some input or feedback. I hope so. Or else it may be discouraging. People may not want to participate next time. But there you go. That's what happened at the New Zealand Masters Games. And it was the toughest competition I've ever done. I'll go do lupins all day long now compared to these. And so I just want to thank everyone. Seriously, thank you for coming out and giving it a go. It was very, very difficult. You all did amazing. And I wish I would have thought to just tell everyone, count your pieces. We could have just ranked ourselves separately. You all did amazing. Whether you had to leave, whether you stuck it out, whether you finished or didn't finish. And the top 3 teams, superstars. Yes, I just called myself a superstar. The top 3 finishers, superstars, but everybody on the days were superstars. And thank you so much for just puzzling with us for fun for the Saturday, Sunday. That was amazing. Thank you for coming to the Jigsaw Puzzle display. Thank you to everyone that came up and just chatted. It was great meeting you all. That was the best part. And the volunteers, a big, big, big shout out to the volunteers, because they stuck it out for 9 hours listening to us complain and moan about this jigsaw puzzle. I think they realized, and thank you for allowing us to count Charlotte's pieces at the end, you know. But I gotta stop or else I'll just keep rambling on. And thank you all for watching. I really, really appreciate it. For the love of puzzles, I hope you enjoy my videos. Please consider subscribing. And until next time, ciao.